Welcome to the chapter Time. This slide presents the overview of the chapter. Learning objectives. By the end of this chapter, you will be able to identify the time on the given clock face. Write the time according to 12-hour and 24-hour system of time. Express the time in hours, minutes and seconds. Explain the format of date. Time, clock. Hi children, here is a clock which tells us about the time. From the clock we can see the numbers 1 to 12 written on it. It also has 3 hands. The short hand is called the hours hand, the longer hand is called the minutes hand, and the longest hand is called seconds hand. These hands move with different speeds. The hour hand is slower than the minutes hand, and similarly, the minutes hand is slower than the seconds hand. For example, when the minute hand is on 12 and the hour hand is on any number, then the time is shown by the number on which the hour hand is. Here, the hour hand and the minute hand are both on 12, so the time shown by the clock is 12 o'clock. O'clock is the short form of the clock. As the minute hand completes one round, the hour hand moves to the next number, that is 1. So, the time will be 1 o'clock. Also, it means 1 hour completed. Similarly, every time the minute hand completes one round, the hour hand moves to the next number. Thus, the time shown is 2, 3, and 4, and so on. As the minute hand completes its 12th round, the hour hand will also be on 12, and the time will be 12 o'clock again. Note: one complete rotation of seconds hand is equals to 1 minute. Remember that 12 during the day is usually called noon, and that 12 during the night is usually called midnight. The time after midnight 12 and before noon 11:59 we call as AM, ante-meridian, which means before noon. The time after noon 12 and before midnight 11:59 we call PM, post-meridian, which means afternoon. However, the representation between the first 12 o'clock and the second 12 o'clock will be day AM and night PM respectively. Let us observe the conversation about the representation of AM and PM. Hi teacher. Hi my dear child. Tomorrow is my birthday, teacher, so you must come to my home. The program will start at 7. At 7 in the morning or 7 in the evening? Of course, in the evening, teacher. Teacher, I have one doubt. Yes, please. 7 o'clock comes twice in the day. How can we show that it is morning or evening? We use AM or PM. But how do I know when to put AM or PM? If the time is before 12 noon, we use AM, and if it is afterwards, then PM. For example, 7 o'clock in the morning is written as 7 AM. In the same way, 7 o'clock in the evening is written as 7 PM. Thank you, teacher. Let us do an activity by filling AM or PM after the time. Fill in the blanks with AM or PM. In this section, we are going to learn the conversion of hours into minutes. Dear children, we know that 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. For example, 1 hour and 20 minutes is equal to 60 plus 20 minutes. Altogether, it will take 80 minutes. In the same way, 135 minutes is equal to 60 minutes plus 60 minutes plus 15 minutes. That is equal to 2 hours and 15 minutes. Sir, can we convert minutes into seconds? Why not? We can convert the minutes into seconds also. As we know, 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. For example, 2 minutes and 15 seconds is equal to 60 seconds plus 60 seconds plus 15 seconds. Altogether, it is equal to 135 seconds. In the same way, 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. 175 minutes is equal to 60 minutes plus 60 minutes plus 55 minutes. That is equal to 2 hours 55 minutes. Let us solve some example problems on measuring time. Now, let us solve some exercise problems. Hours in a day. 24 hours clock. As we know, there are 24 hours in a day. In the 12-hour clock, we read the time before 12 noon, that is first part of the day, in terms of AM, and after, that is second part of the day, in terms of PM. But in the 24 hours clock, the time in the first part of the day, from 12 o'clock midnight to 12 o'clock noon, are shown with the numbers 1 to 12. The time in the second part of the day, from 12 o'clock noon to 12 o'clock midnight, are shown with the numbers 13 to 24. Note: the use of AM and PM is omitted in the 24 hours clock. An hour after 12 noon is read as 1 PM in the 12-hour clock, and it is read as 13 hours in the 24-hour clock. Similarly, 5 PM in the 12-hour clock is 17 hours in the 24-hour clock. Let us perform an activity on hours clock. Select a suitable answer from time 24 hours clock for time 12 hours clock and drop it in the bracket provided. Date. Let us look at the format of the date. Different activities take different amounts of time. Going from your house to your neighbor's house takes 5 minutes. But going from Hyderabad to Kolkata by train takes more than 24 hours. As we know, we have 24 hours in a day. After 24 hours, a new day begins. Each new day is specified by a date. Generally, the dates are written in the following way. First, we write the day, then we write the month,
Lastly, we write the year.
Look at Akila's birth certificate, which is shown on the screen. As per the birth certificate, Akila's date of birth is 16/08/1997. Here the number 16 represents the day of month, the number 08 represents the month of year, which is August, and 1997 is the year. Let us solve some example problems on the concept date. Let us solve some exercise problems. You can verify your answers by clicking Solution button. Practice Zone. Try to solve the questions on your own. Click Solution tab to verify your answer. Summary. Let us recap the highlights of this chapter. From the clock, we can see the numbers 1 to 12 written on it. It also has 3 hands. The short hand is called the hours hand, the longer hand is called the minutes hand, and the longest hand is called seconds hand. The representation between the first 12 o'clock and the second 12 o'clock will be day AM and night PM respectively. If the time is before 12 noon, we use AM, and if it is afterwards, then PM. 1 hour equal to 60 minutes. 1 minute equal to 60 seconds. In the 12-hour clock, we read the time before 12 noon, that is, first part of the day, in terms of AM, and after, that is, second part of the day, it in terms of PM. In the 24 hours clock, the time in the first part of the day from 12 o'clock midnight to 12 o'clock noon are shown with the numbers 1 to 12, and the time in the second part of the day from 12 o'clock noon to 12 o'clock midnight are shown with the numbers 13 to 24. Generally, the dates are written in the following way. First, we write the date, and then we write the month. Lastly, we write the year. Follow-up work.
Collect information about your birth and fill it in the space given below. Are these dates possible? Why not? Prepare your own 24-hour clock.
Evaluation. Test your understanding of the chapter by taking the mock unit test. You have successfully completed the chapter Time.